Liverpool team versus Crystal Palace predicted with Ibrahima Konaté debut and Takumi Minamino starting. Liverpool take on Crystal Palace in the Premier League season today. Here, 3 of our writers select the starting size we would like Jurgen Klopp to choose. After beating AC Milan 3-2 in the Champions League midweek, Jurgen Klopp could be in line to make another few changes as Patrick Vieira's Crystal Palace come to Anfield in the Premier League. Roberto Firmino remains sidelined, but Sadio Mane will almost certainly come back in. While Divock Origi did well against the Serie A side, but cannot be certain of another start. At the back, Virgil van Dijk will come back, but then who partners him remains to be seen, and at left back, Andy Robertson could play again, or Kostas Tsimikas might come in. Here, our Liverpool.com writers have their say on who should start the game. Matt Addison, Takumi Minamino comes in. The goalkeeper will be Alisson, but then it gets interesting. After 4 changes midweek, there could well be even more to come here. Trent Alexander-Arnold will play at right back and him keeping Andy Robertson in at left back. Because Kostas Tsimikas will play at Norwich in the EFL Cup next week. Virgil van Dijk will come back in, and then the man next to him is tough. Joe Gomez playing again after so long out seems unlikely, while Ibrahima Konaté coming in would be a surprise. He too can get the Norwich game. That only leaves Joel Matip, who would be playing his 3rd game in the space of a week. Which seems to be a bit of a gamble, but he will then have a full week until Brentford. I'm going with Thiago Alcantara given he didn't start midweek, while Jordan Henderson can stay in. Fabinho has to play as the only proper number 6 to help deal with Christian Benteke's aerial threat, and he too will get the trip to Norwich off. Takumi Minamino comes in up top for me, as Diogo Jota needs a rest. Controversial perhaps, but Jota looked tired to me midweek and he will be the first to come off the bench. My starting 11, Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Salah, Minamino, Mane. Ben's Boxack, Konaté makes his debut. In goal, Alisson stays as he is the indisputable number 1. However, in defense, Klopp is likely to make a few changes. Virgil van Dijk should return to the starting 11. And I can see Ibrahima Konaté making his competitive debut after Gomez and Matip were both given a 90-minute run out against AC Milan on Wednesday. In midfield, Fabinho was impervious and he will keep his place. Thiago should start following his scintillating performance against Leeds, and it looks like Henderson is finding his groove too. He was substituted towards the end of the game against Milan, hinting that Klopp wants to preserve his energy. Jota did look a bit jaded against Milan, but with Minamino still recovering from a knock, the Portuguese international gets the nod from me for this one. Liverpool will be playing in the League Cup in midweek, where Jota will probably get his much-needed rest instead. My starting 11: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konaté, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Salah, Jota, Mane. Charlotte Coates, Thiago and Jota start. Alisson is nailed on to start in goal, but then Liverpool have options in defence. Virgil van Dijk will come back in after sitting out the win over AC Milan, and Ibrahima Konaté may be in line for his Premier League debut, as Joel Matip has played every game this season. Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold will keep their places at full-back, as both will be rested midweek. Fabinho has been exceptional recently, and he will keep his place in the number 6 role with Jordan Henderson returning to Premier League action after his heroics during the week. Alongside them will be Thiago Alcantara after his fantastic display in the win over Leeds. I think the front three will stay the same as it was in the win against Leeds, with Roberto Firmino still out with a hamstring injury. My starting 11: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konaté, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Salah, Jota, Mane.